Good morning. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. This is our next project which we're doing, which we're calling the Pregnant Lady's House. We actually did try to buy a small house which had been offered to her for just a mere 3,000 pesos, which we thought, well, this is great, let's have a look at that. By the time we got to look at the house, which we never actually did see it, the offer had been withdrawn. So we still have this lady with this plight of nowhere to be. So we put that story on, and very fortunately the Sandman, who had already given us some money which we still had, because we hadn't taken the money and bought the mattresses that we have as part of our Sweet Dreams project, which is funded by Sandman Steve. Well, Sandman Steve took pity on that lady, said, I think we had about 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 pesos.
We had about 10,000 pesos which we had left over, which we still hadn't spent on the mattresses. So Sandman Steve said, use that to get the first of the materials. That's what we did. And then we received an extra gift from him of, was it $100?
Yeah.
$100. So what we've done this morning is we've gone down to Ambacon, down in Atafi, and we've got the extra materials that we needed to be able to continue. We're actually in day one and we've done incredibly well, but we're going to show you how the work is progressing. And we're going to leave the camera on so that you can see the small compound that this lady lives as part of. So these are all very basic nipa huts. Watch your head, honey. Hey, good morning. So you can see that the design that we went for is a design which will allow itself for a traditional house moving, traditional Filipino house moving. When you put posts into the ground and then secure the building around those posts, what the Filipinos have done in a traditional way is to actually loosen the earth around the posts that hold the house down into the ground, and then they get an army of men, put trusses along the bottom, shoulder the weight, and they carry it to another site intact, and then they dig the holes that are needed, put the house back into its new location. But you can see that what we've done here is taken all of the posts that are there are actually tree trunks, and I think that they are Gemelina.
Yeah, Gemelina.
They're Gemelina. Gemelina is a tree that is very good on being proof against termites. The termites don't like it so much. So that's the sought after for the basic structure, which has to remain strong. It's gone into the ground. So we already have most of the roof on, and the floor is almost ready to go down as well. So we're doing incredibly well. Am I surprised? No. This is the Superman team. And the man in the pink there is none other than Pastor Timio. Once this framework is up, the basic framework, what you're seeing Pastor Timio do right now is the beginning of the framework on which the bamboo cladding will go. So this will really be the most traditional house that we've built so far. And as you can see, as I said, the posts go right into the ground, the floor is suspended, and the floor will be traditional bamboo strip floor. Now the end part there will be a slightly raised roof so that it's ventilated for open fire cooking. That's the design that we're working on. And these parts here, these parts are what the guys are standing on in order to build the roof. And then when obviously when the roof is finished, then that temporary scaffolding comes down. So if you look, it's a pretty nice view from here. Hard to imagine that an army of men could actually lift this house and carry it somewhere else, but they do. And you'll see up there, I think that's Perry up there, isn't it? I can't see him well. Perry is up there. You see them with that tube. The tube is a real grassroots method of working out whether something is level, because water always finds its own level, and in that tube it's filled with water. So when they hold the two ends up, it will traverse along the tube and find its own level. So those two have to be right, and they'll do it with that old method of doing level.